Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're doing a video about missiles, mostly the proton torpedo, but we're going to show you how the missile animation behaves when you fire the missile and how that works. So let's go ahead and get into a custom game here. Starfighter, go. So first up, I'm going to be in a Comet Breaker with Proton, and that's just to have the maximum fire time. Just to show you guys how that works.
And it has the maximum fire time because it has the maximum range, because gunships have a passive that increases their range on any missiles they make.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you actually if you mouse over your comic breaker, it probably won't help right now because your default's probably the slug railgun.
Yeah, I have like plasma railgun as that. Yeah, my bad.
It's
I'll
even
be
worse,
switching to
Dracula.
Proton. It's a Comet Breaker. I don't play Comet Breaker.
Disrespect the comic breaker. See, that's the type of lip a comet gives, right? That's why comics need to be broken.
Despite its flavor text, it does not live up to its name.
Alright, so I'll meet you in the middle, Watson. Scale, if you want, you can sit like right next to him and it'll kind of give us a marker of where he was when we fired the proton. Right, so you can see that the proton torpedo has 13,800 range. Alright, so Odson's not moving, so I'm gonna back up here to 13,000, let's say 500. Alright, you can see that Scale's right on top of him. That doesn't really matter. Alright, so.
It really is.
Yeah. So first test, I'm literally going to fire the missile and Odson is just going to take it and it'll show you how long it takes for the missile to travel there. I'm going to fire this at 1250 on the game clock at the top here. There we go. So let's wait till he takes damage. There we go. So about 10 seconds. Maybe a little bit over 10 seconds.
I think it was a little bit over. I think it was like 11 seconds.
Yeah, like 10, 11 seconds, right?
Yeah, I think that they move at 1250 meters per second. That's what I think that the proton torpedo.
Yeah. So here's what we're going to do now. I'm going to fire the exact same shot, but after I fire it here, Odson is going to fly away from me. Right? Now, the general thinking here is that it's going to take the missile longer to get to Odson, so it's going to give him more time to get away from the missile, right? But you guys are going to see something interesting here. All right, so I'm going to fire this at 1150. So I'm holding this lock, Odson. Sorry for the beeping. So at 1150, it's away. So now we're going to follow this torpedo here. See, it disappeared. There's no more animation. And then we heard the damage happen. And it was the exact same amount of time. So let's come back. I didn't see damage numbers. We should probably show damage numbers.
You probably should chase Odson because he runs real good.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to move back from scale to 13.5. Alright, where's Odson here? Perfect. Alright. We ready again?
Turn around.
Alright, let me know when you're turned around.
Good to go.
Alright, I'm going to fire it at, let's say, 10:45. It's gone. So we saw the missile animation already disappear, and damage should happen now. So it's the same amount of time, as you'll see. Running away from the missile doesn't do anything. In fact, the animation of the missile is just flavor. It doesn't do anything. Once you fired the missile, it's going to hit its target unless they use an ability to break it.
Most people already kind of understand this because the missile will just go through rocks and stuff. That's just how it's always been. And so they realize that, oh yeah, if you want to actually break the missile, you got to use a missile break. You can't just run it through a rock. But wait, there's more.
Right. So now we're going to have different experiment. This takes about 10 seconds to reach its target. Well, little over 10 seconds. Now I'm going to have Otson come to me. So in your mind, you'd be thinking, well, he's going to pass through the missile, right? Or the missile's going to hit him. But what happens, well, I'm just going to show you because it's pretty crazy. All right, Otson, you ready? I'm going to fire this at 30 here. Go. So we see the missile hit him, but he hasn't taken damage. See?
He gets really far away
Now he takes damage.
before the actual damage goes off.
Because it always takes that same amount of time based on how far you were when you fired the missile. You saw the explosion happen on him, and he didn't take the damage then. It waited until that same amount of time happened.
Now, whenever I've talked about this before, I've always said something that sounds like this. We don't know exactly how it happens, but there's some maximum amount of time. But like if you run towards it, you can definitely take the missile earlier, and if you run away, you definitely get some extra time. We just don't know how much. All of that was wrong. It's actually just a constant based on how far away you were when the missile launched. That determines how many seconds you have. You take the distance you were when the missile launched, divide it by the speed of the missile. That's how long you've got.
Yep.
If you don't press a brake before then, no matter what else is going on the map, then you're going to get hit by the missile. If you do press a brake, the missile's over.
Alright, so Odson, now what I want you to do is when I fire the torpedo, run to me, and when you're about like 2k away, hit stop engines, and when we're at like 8-9 seconds of the time of it being in the air, I want you to use your missile brake. Make sense?
Sorry, 9K? Stop.
Yeah, I want to be able to see your ship in front of me. So when you're like 2k in front of me, stop type idea, so that you slow down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna fire this at 750. Go. So at 742, I want you to use your missile brake. There you go. The animation happened, and use your missile brake. So we see him barrel, and he doesn't take any damage. Why doesn't he take any damage? Because the missile was still in the air, even though the animation happened. Because that full 10 seconds was happening. To show you guys that the time is proportional, I'm gonna move up here. So Vrain said, earlier that we figure the speed is about 1,250 meters per second, right? So I'm gonna move up to 5,000 range on Odson here, which should be 4 seconds. Alright, so Odson, just don't move. Alright, 650 I'm going to fire. Alright, we should see damage at 46. There it is. So yeah, real quick, we're going to run this with speed proton, just to show you that the same thing happens with the speed proton. We're going to run through the variants pretty quickly though.
For the record, Skull typed #winning into Gen Chat, thoroughly confusing anyone else who happens to be on Lost Shipyards at the same time as us.
Alright, so this ship can't fire as far, so I'm going to fire this at 10k. So that should be 8 seconds. Well, it should be 8 seconds if you didn't have the speed upgrade. It will be 4 seconds because I do. Odson, just sit there for the first one. So at 50, firing. So this should take 4 seconds. So at 46, there we go. That makes sense. Alright, So the next one, we'll have Odson run away. I'm going to do this at 30, Odson. Oh, we'll wait till you heal a little bit. Let me know when you think. How much help do you need to survive a proton anyway? I should have been paying attention to that.
I definitely will die. I'm still orange.
Yeah, I'm waiting a little bit here.
Should be okay after this tick.
Okay. So I'm going to fire this at 10 here. And then you're going to run. Go! So even though he ran, takes the damage after the 4 seconds. Then we'll show you the up close one again. Alright, so yeah, just run, once you're healed up here, just run over and try to stop about 2k in front of me, Otson. Cool?
Yeah, just getting back into position.
Mm-hmm. You want to run to me, so I can move up. There you go. Alright, ready?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna do this at 15. Go. So it hits him, then he takes damage. You can really see the difference with the long ball slow ones from the Comet Breaker. But I just wanted to show you that the missiles with different builds on different ships, they just behave the same way. So yeah, anything anyone wants to add?
Just that the missiles are just kind of a graphical thing. They seem to track the target. They'll appear to impact. That's not real. All that matters is that the time and the rest of it. It's basically a cast time. It's like a frostbolt is in the air in WoW, or like a anything in any MMO really that's been like cast, and there's an amount of time that you can do to interrupt or block it or something like that. The game gives you that window, and that's it. Like the actual graphics, totally unrelated. They're just there to help.
Yeah. Speaking
right.
of that, I have a quick idea for another one. Odson, you see the asteroid next to you?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. So I just want you to run behind it so that the animation of the missile goes through the asteroid. Do you know what I mean? Okay. I'm going to launch it at exactly 3 minutes, so on the 0. Go. So you saw the proton go directly through the asteroid there. And it hit him at the same time, just like we've been showing the whole time. Alright, I think that covers everything. Thanks for watching, guys, and I don't know about you guys, but this is going to change our gameplay quite a bit. This was a big revelation today, and I kind of want to thank the guy I've been arguing with on YouTube for getting me to test stuff, because I think it's going to improve all of our games because of that. Alright, thanks, guys.